So does anybody else feel like something's going on in sort of rock and roll or indie rock or singer-songwriter, whatever you want to call it? It just, and uh, I will confess, or I will share, certainly a lot of this MJ Lenderman, can you call it hype? I don't know, that's going on right now, which I think, based on his new record, is more than justified. I think his new record's fantastic, and when I first heard it, the songwriting is very quirky, but it's also like sort of brilliant. I don't really know how to put it. And I have gone down deep in the rabbit hole looking at his work in the band Wednesday. Watched a bunch of performances. A lot of people are talking about his in-store performance at Harvest Records in Asheville, North Carolina, that my brother and my nephew were at. And there's an adorable picture of MJ Lenderman and my nephew that is just the cutest thing ever. And I've read he was in the Wall Street Journal, he's in Rolling Stone, I think the New York Times did a profile, and everything I read or like interviews I watch. There was an Apple Music interview that I just listened to in the last day or so. He just seems like such an incredibly likable human being. Like he still lives in North Carolina. I think he was in Asheville and he's now in Greensboro. And just seems, I don't know. It's so refreshing to see. I joked around with some of my friends because I saw a tweet, and I may be making one of the names up, but it said something like, if Steve Malkmus, Jeff Tweedy, and Neil Young were packaged up in 2024, it would be MJ Lenderman. I don't know if that's accurate, but I don't know what it is. Like his record, which is called Manning Fireworks, it's on Anti Records, which is a phenomenal label, has blown me away. I still don't have the vinyl. He was out of stock on his website for a while, and last night I think they posted that new records are available, so I ordered one, so it's on the way. As far as I know, MJ Lenderman has no social media presence. He does have an Instagram account, which I think is run by his management. But it's just, everything is just great, and it's got me thinking, like, are we in the midst of the beginning, or has it already started? It sort of feels to me like the 70s. I mean, the 70s, part of the 70s, I wasn't even born, but sort of, I watched a video of MJ Lenderman and his band performing the song Wristwatch, which is the track that a lot of people are talking about. I watched the in-store a ton of times, but there's also a full band performance, and I was like, God, this is like Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Just when the song kicks in, like halfway through, it's just, I don't know. I got that chill watching it right down my spine. The bass player is sort of like, just gets it, and the lights sort of shine, even though it's during the day. It's, I don't know, remarkable. It feels like we're onto something here. And I've shared with friends that I think this is the best year of new music in a long time. I don't know how far back, but 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So just real quick, with that in mind, I'm going to highlight some of the artists that have got me so excited. Not all of them have records out this year, but these folks sort of feel like a part of this, whatever's happening right now, which I think is a great thing. It feels like rock and roll band music, indie rock, Americana, alt country, whatever, that it's sort of bubbling back up. And It's really exciting. So here are just a couple of the bands. Hooray for the Riff Raff. Absolutely love these guys. New record this year is tremendous. One of my favorite bands going. Everything they put out, I love. There was, I think, a profile on the main member of this band, I think in the New York Times recently. Maybe it was like 6 months ago. But just a tremendous, tremendous act that I cannot wait to see live. On the singer-songwriter front, I talk a lot about Joan Shelley. Haven't even opened this one yet. She is one of my all-time favorites. Everything she puts out, I absolutely adore. She's got a new EP coming out. I believe it's on Bandcamp right now. I went to order it yesterday and it took too long. It was like yesterday morning, right before I was hopping into a meeting, and it took too long to fill the cart. I don't know, it's one of those, I think we're so accustomed now to like Apple Pay. Just give me that Apple Pay button. So I'm gonna go back and order that. I can't stop talking about Big Thief, just a tremendous band. Adrian Lenker is one of the greatest things going right now, maybe ever. I saw Big Thief in LA last year, one of the best shows I've seen in decades. Boy Genius, they may be done. Maybe it was just one record, but the three members of the band are going to continue, I would imagine, to put out solo material. This record holds up so well. I mean, it's only a year or two since it was released, but I listened to it for the first time in a while earlier this week, and I was like, man, these songs are so good. So Boy Genius and its members, Parquet Courts, they've been around a little bit longer, but I saw them in San Jose maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and man, the room, I felt like a kid. Just incredible. Of course, Waxahachie. This is what I think is her best record, St. Cloud, which came out a few years ago, 2020. Her record this year is also tremendous. Tiger's Blood. MJ Lenderman performs with her. I think he's on the record too. Just incredible. Gillian Welch and David Rawlings, I mean, they're just staples. They have a new record this year, which I'm still getting to know, but they feel like they're part of the scene. Kevin Morby definitely feels like he's part of the scene. Tremendous talent. I've already mentioned her, but why not again? Adrian Lenker, who might be my favorite artist going right now. This is one of her solo records. This one is called Songs and Instrumentals. Her record this year is just unreal. I can't wait to see her. There's another one similar to MJ Lenderman and Waxahachie. I've gone so deep on like YouTube and interviews. I was on my iPad late last night just reading interviews with Lenderman. I think I read a couple of Adrian Lenker ones. I just find this stuff so inspiring and interesting. And then lastly, Jason Isbell. This is a record, came out last year, Weather Vanes, which I think is one of the best things he's ever done. And he's one of the best songwriters alive right now. I saw Isbell when he was in the Drive-By Truckers in the 2000s, and I just never would have imagined that what has happened to him in terms of, it seems like he's in a very good place in his life. He's making amazing records. He played at the DNC, like, just wild stuff. So I'm curious if any of you are feeling this too. There's a ton of acts that I failed to mention that are really, really inspiring me now. I have added so many new albums to Apple Music recently that I cannot wait to listen to. So let me know who's got you excited, and if I'm being hyperbolic, or if this is really, if we're really onto something, or in the midst of something here. That's all. Hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you soon.